Hi, Volker. Thank you again for joining me.
Amira,
I have another question for you.
you're
I
welcome.
know you have a love for America and the Americans. Can you tell me more about that?
Yeah, I can. And this is an old laugh. It's a laugh for me for more than 60 years or so. Um, I remember my father Fritz, uh, which is a part of our book Saving My Enemy, and he had a great respect and he liked John F. Kennedy very much
Oh,
and talked about Kennedy and the new kind of politicians and such a guy who was very well respected, and the Germans loved him a lot. You maybe remember when he came to Berlin and
yeah,
said in German, Ich bin ein Berliner. Uh,
yeah.
the whole city lay down to his feet. And in my room as a young boy, before I had posters of the Beatles on the wall, I had a big poster of John F. Kennedy. And
Nice.
so I remember, as long as I think I was always interested in American history, the cowboys, Red Indian, all these stories. At that time, I watched every movie I could see with John Wayne and Cary Grant and High Noon, like all these, and Rio Bravo and so on. And um, my greatest wish was when I was a boy someday to go to America. And I'm glad to say, meanwhile, this happened. I have been several times, as you know.
Yeah,
Um, I have been in 16 American states up to now, and met so many great people in such a beautiful and great country. Um, and my father was always told us about American soldiers. He was taken prisoner by Americans in March 45, somewhere around Krefeld. And he was very good treated by the American soldiers.
nice.
Afterwards, he was sent to France, and that was another story because the French were deep in hate for the Germans after all
Right,
what happened. So what
right,
is understandable. No? And he always said when they were fighting, he said the Americans had another way of fighting than the Germans. I said we were told go and take that city, and we try, and we had losses, and go back, and I said, okay, go again, and we go again and go again and go again, and losing man after man. And I said, the Americans, when we had our position, and the Americans attack, and their losses became too big, they withdraw, and then they sent their fighter bombers, there came artillery, and then they tried again. And as soon as they lost too many men, they withdraw. And that happened so long until we, the Germans, were too weak uh, to hold them back. And so my father always said the Americans did not save material equipment; they tried to save life. So
Oh,
that was how he said they care more for the soldiers. The German
hmm,
soldiers were sent out and go, and if 10 of you die, there go the next 10. And so the Americans
hmm.
say, okay, two men are dead, let's go back and try another way around. That is
Right, right.
respect for the life of the soldier, and that impressed him deep. Impressed him
Hmm.
deep.
Nice.
Yeah.
So when you've come to America, where's your favorite place to go? What have you enjoyed the most?
I enjoyed it all. I wasn't the first time I was in Philadelphia in 2008 because my oldest daughter Julia had a half a year at the Drexel University,
Hmm.
and I rented a car and I rented a Cadillac. That was a dream of
Big
mine, and it
car.
was a big car, yeah. And we
Yeah.
were driving around and going to Atlantic City and all the parts you can to Amish country and all. Um, and then the second time was in 2017 when you invited us to the Portland reunion.
Uh,
And then we go to San Francisco and spend some days in San Francisco. And then we rented an RV and go up the coast, up California coast, up to Oregon. That's so beautiful. You know,
hmm.
Cannon Beach and all the
Very.
band and all
Yeah.
the places there. It was sometimes a little scary because at that time were the great bushfires. So
Right.
yeah,
Yes.
there was ash raining down, and the heaven was yellow, red, and so.
Hmm.
Um, and this was beautiful again. And then we met you and the guys from the reunion first time in Portland.
Yeah.
Was, and we were after that we were in Philadelphia, you know. And after that, the last reunion we could come in 2019. We flew to Atlanta, meted
Hmm.
a car and a big car too. I had a GMC,
Suburban,
yeah,
wasn't
Suburban,
it?
big one.
Suburban. Yeah.
What is it? GMC? It's a town, a big one, really big one.
Yeah.
And then we
Yeah.
go up to from Atlanta to Nashville, from Nashville to Memphis, and from Memphis down along the Mississippi to New Orleans. That was
Yes.
great. I'm a great blues fan, and you know, this was Memphis, Nashville, New Orleans, where all the music was played. That's great, really
And
great.
you love music.
And I must say, it's a beautiful country. The landscape is beautiful, and the people are so, yeah, friendly. You know,
Uh-huh.
it's not. As a German, I'm not used that everybody is friendly to me. I can tell you stories. When I was a young man, I was in the Netherlands, and It was in the early 70s. We were sitting in the pub, and we were not served. They didn't
Oh.
do as if we were not there, as a noticed Germans. No? I was in Denmark, and it's a story which is written in our book, Save Him Anyway. And I was there with my dad, Fritz,
Father.
and
Hmm.
we were standing there on the parking ground with our cars, and a Danish man came along and spit before our feet, you know. And so in the US, I've had, everybody is so polite, so friendly, and I love that. I love that. So.
Hmm. Well, I'm glad
And
you've had a good
I can't wait
experience in America.
yeah, I can't wait to see you in
I
America again.
know.
Yeah,
I know. I can't wait to be able to travel again. Ugh.
yeah,
Yeah. Someday soon, I think we're all going to be able to do that
yeah,
again. So,
yeah. I hope.
well, thank you. Thank you, Volker, for